Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, otherwise known as Pulpy Syntax, and today's been a bit of a day. We've been busy this morning. We were streaming Stardew Valley. For those of you who are interested in video games, feel free to check it out. For those of you who aren't interested in video games, you may want to check it out at some stage, because that stream that I do has a habit of also crossing over with another streamer's stream that we happen to listen in on and make a lot of commentary on. I'll try to remember to put a card. Anyway, today's video I've been planning for a couple of days because we are reacting to and commentating on Miss Chantal Marie, Miss Foodie Beauty's only eating Tim Hortons for 24 hours. Now, I'll preface all of this and say, I have never had Tim Hortons. I keep, if I refer to it as Tom Hortons during this video, my apologies. Because I don't know. From my understanding, Tim Hortons did branch out into Australia for a very brief time. I think they all packed up shops by like the early 2000s. I've never experienced the menu, but I've been wanting to react to this video for a little while because this is considered a challenge video, right? So this is a challenge of only eating Tim Hortons for 24 hours. And I thought, what a fun idea to put myself up to a challenge, because you know I love setting my own challenge. So in reaction to this video, I will basically, here will be Foodie. Down here, I'll be showcasing what I have challenged myself to enjoy over the last 24 hours. Much shorter than that, it's only really been today. But my challenge to myself has been to keep within 1,200 to 1,500 calories, because that is my current restriction. So I'll be showing off all the lovely food that I make down here. It's not really all that lovely, but it's delicious, and I'm very full today. And we'll be reacting, and I suppose with all of that being said, let's get into the video. As always, we are sped up to 1.25 times speed, and here we go. It worked. Still getting used to the new setup. My apologies, everyone.
Hello, Foodie Beauties. Hey guys, hey.
I feel like
hey guys,
I'm getting
hey,
that lip sync down.
How are you?
I'm
Today
very well,
doing
Chantal. How are you?
Trendy, a little bit different. I don't know if you guys have seen.
Also, just to preface everything, obviously I'm filming this after the latest live stream, and who boy was I not impressed with a lot of language that was being used. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you'll find out. And if it seems like my attitude is a little curt, even though my name's Zach, yeah, the live stream will kind of explain why. But
other YouTubers do eating at this place for 24 hours, only eating this for 24 hours, you know, purple foods, blue foods, foods from only one restaurant. Well,
okay, we've spoken about this in an earlier live stream where she has made the argument to say, well, you can't criticize my content because other YouTubers do this as well. And I suppose this challenge is the perfect example of that, right? My issue, I suppose, to say it in the most, sorry, didn't mean to cover my mouth there, to say it in the most simplistic way is that other YouTubers are doing challenges on YouTube. Cool, fine. Are those same YouTubers then calling into question BED, addiction, etc. in their content? That would be my question. So, because again, we come back to the question of YouTube and its definition and perception of harm, particularly in the TOS. Anyway, we will continue.
today I'm going to do that. I'm going to do one of those challenges.
Also, I won't be talking about my food. I'll just kind of be putting it up alongside alongside foodie stuff. I'll edit in some titles and things like that. Maybe just to make it easy, you know. We'll see. Editing's that
crazy like the 10K calories a day challenge or anything like that. But I'm gonna do only eating foods at Tim Hortons for a day.
This is already very pause heavy. Why this content? Just why? Why Tim Hortons? From my understanding, again, never had Tim Hortons, but from my understanding, Tim Hortons is similar-ish to like almost like a Starbucks. Is that right? Except like a little bit more food focused. Is that correct? I don't know. We have a company down in Australia called Gloria Jeans, which I imagine is very similar. Mostly about coffee, also having lots of like pre-made, pre-cooked stuff that's kind of shipped in, processed in the store, heated up, and essentially put on a plate or put in a bag. So not great quality food, generally processed. And yeah, we'll get into it. Also, this introduction's very heavy. I unfortunately can't count the calories in this video. I would normally, but I'm having a lot of trouble accessing the actual menu. And specifically because it keeps pinging me over from Canada to the UK to the Philippines. Like I just can't access it. So we're not going to look at calories in particular. I have seen some discussion around the 2.3 to 2.8k calorie mark. And I did find it funny logging on to Tim Hortons Canada. Literally as you go into order, one of the flags is the average daily consumption is 2,000 calories. I was like, okay, whack.
24 hours. So that means breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right.
That's great. To be fair, sorry to interrupt, Foodie. To be fair, Australia does exactly the same thing. Like, even in our grocery stores, there will be signs on, like, deli counters and stuff to say, you know, the average daily consumption for an adult is, like, 8,000 and something kilojoules, because we measure things differently, because of course. But calories are easier to talk about in common vernacular, I find.
So, I'm going to check out their menu, and
Buttons.
we're going to decide what to have. First meal is breakfast. It is 7:14 a.m. So, all right, let's see how this day goes. Let's see what we can make out of the menu of Tim Hortons. Without further ado, let's get to it.
We'll let this
Do
run.
you miss me even after you've watched my videos? Well, good news. Follow me on Instagram for a lot more of me.
This would be an interesting idea
Tim
if it was a
Hortons
venue
breakfast. What am I
that
gonna
didn't just
I'm
have
just going
pre-made
with my
food.
gut here.
You know, if it was
Seeing
just
what
like
I'm
a
feeling like.
grocer
Let's
that
do
you
a
had to
hash
like get
brown.
whole foods together and
Hash
build
brown.
something, but this is just ordering out,
And let's do...
right?
Kind of craving a bagel.
Pardon
Let's
me.
just see here. Let's do an everything bagel.
Okay.
Edit. Let's just see here. Urban garlic cream cheese sounds good. Regular bacon. Let's put some bacon on there. And let's put some tomato.
I'm just
Toasted,
thinking.
yes.
I'm just wondering whether or not this is screen
put a bit
recorded
of
with
butter.
voice happening at the same time, or if it was dubbed over.
Let's get a good tip.
I don't think we
All
needed
right,
to see that.
breakfast
but
is here.
That's my opinion.
So we have here on the receipt,
The
medium
tip,
original blend
specifically.
coffee with 2 milk, 2 sugar, 1 hash brown, everything bagel with urban garlic cream cheese, 3 pieces of bacon, tomato toasted buttered, and 1 orange juice. For
that phrase?
a
Is it-
total of
is
10.16 plus tax.
signaling? Is that
So
it?
that's
I don't
it came
know.
to
I need to look this up.
$11.48 after Uber Eats credit. I have a membership, and I did leave 5 something tip, which is not included on here. So about $15 for breakfast. Let's try the coffee.
I think I was correct. Virtue signaling. A pejorative neologism? Neologism? I can't pronounce that. When a person holds a prominent and disingenuous moral value with the sole intent of enhancing one's own image. Maybe I was incorrect. No, I think I was correct. Anyway.
Still pretty warm. Orange juice. They have their own brand of orange juice. Coffee's a bit sweet, actually.
She said double sugar, right? So
They have little hash browns.
those look like McDonald's hash browns.
And here's the bagel. Cut in half. They cut it in half.
Uh-huh.
It's actually really big. Let's try the hash brown here.
That hash brown looks like it's straight out of McDonald's. Right?
Very comparable to McDonald's,
Well, yep. It looks it.
actually. So, I'm sure most people know what Tim Hortons is, at least if you're from Canada,
I do not.
even the United States. It's a Canadian company.
Anyone who has the ability, please let me know if Tim Hortons, again, I was going to call it Tom Hortons, if Tim Hortons and McDonald's use the food, the same supplier. McDonald's is big enough to probably have, like, proprietary manufacturing for hash browns, but they look really similar, right? Anyway.
Founded in 1964.
Oop, history.
In Hamilton,
Donuts and fresh coffee.
Ontario. Toronto, basically. You can go down most busy streets and find like at least 4 or 5 Tim Hortons. Like, it's just...
Gloria Jeans, yeah, okay, I see
Canadians
it.
love their Timmies, you know? When I used to work in an office, it was like, I'm going for a Timmy's run. Would you like anything?
Okay.
Orange juice is nice and cold. I'm not a big
fan of fruit juices. I prefer whole fruit when I eat it.
Especially not Tim Hortons.
That's just my opinion.
But they do have a good coffee. 2 milk, 2 sugar would be... Sorry, did I say I got cream in it? It's actually milk. 2 cream, 2 milk would be a double-double.
What?
That's what they call it. So urban garlic cream cheese, bacon, and tomato. Let's try this.
2 milk, 2 cream?
Toasted.
That's a lot of... I'm confused. This Australian doesn't know what's going on.
The tomato gives it a bit of vegetables, at least.
Technically, it's a fruit, right?
Because I don't think Tim Hortons has salads. So it's going to be a bit challenging.
I'm sure they'd make one, though. Or maybe not if everything's, like, prepackaged in.
Eating fruits and vegetables today.
Depends on the kitchen setup, I guess. Because, I mean,
Probably only have, like, lettuce.
First of all, like, why did you choose Tim Hortons again? I was going to call it Todd Hortons that time. Come on, Zach. Why would you choose Tim Hortons if you're concerned about fruit and vegetable consumption? Because clearly it's not going to work. But also, if you were actually wanting to make this a challenge and something interesting, you could do something like order their, like, lunch sandwiches or, like, order the tomato on the side, and, like, it would be a really annoying order to put together, but you could do it. You could basically order a sandwich sans bread and, like, just ask them to wrap it in a... Like, you could do it, and that would be the challenge, right? That would be part of a challenge, and I think that would be interesting content. Because obviously not every fast food place makes everything in-house, evidently. So that could have been a fun element of the challenge, you know, like how to eat healthy from Tim Hortons, or like how to eat, I don't know. Healthy and unhealthy is kind of like a charged terminology in the story of Foodie Beauty. So I don't know. I've got my producer cap on. I'm just trying to think.
I love urban garlic cream cheese. I used to be obsessed with that.
Herb. How do I say that?
And have it like every morning.
Herb and cheese.
But what is your favorite items from Tim Hortons? They're known for their donuts. You know, I used to get like an assorted donuts or their Timbits. That's why we named Timbit. Just little donut holes, basically.
We call them donut holes.
I always love the Boston cream. It's like a donut filled with custard and chocolate glaze on top.
It'll come up later.
And I love the sour cream glaze donut.
Sour cream glaze? That sounds good. Could I make that healthy?
They had a really pretty good chili.
Probably not.
Back in the day. I don't know if they still have it.
Spoilers, they do.
I liked it because it had mushrooms in it, but I know someone who worked there.
Okay, I don't eat a lot of chili. Apparently, mushrooms are not a popular ingredient in chili. Let me know if I'm incorrect, though.
And they said
I had
it's
mushrooms today, actually. You might see them.
Like vacuum sealed package, like, or they have to reconstitute it or something.
The chili? Yeah, probably. You could like.
And they're always so busy.
Yeah, you could seal it and then
the drive-throughs.
Do that again.
Anyone work there or have worked there?
Is it just me? Or am I just more focused on it now that I myself have a new camera and am more concerned about the image I'm portraying? Is it just me, or since the new phone, does it seem like the quality is better? Like, it's more high definition? Because, like, I can see a lot going on. I'm just curious. I'm just curious if, because again, there's so many phones and we don't know what's being filmed with, but it's just an interesting question. This seems like better, like, visual quality than I've seen recently. Then again, I've been watching a lot of live streams, so maybe that's what it is.
All right, guys.
Maybe.
I'm going to finish up my breakfast. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is also new, and I've seen a bit of conversation around, I mean, like, at the start of this YouTube video, it was a discussion about, like, I'm doing a challenge, here's examples of other people doing challenges. So I just wonder if this is, like, the commonality. Again, I don't watch a lot of mukbangs, and I don't watch a lot of, like, food content, but I just wonder if this sped up sound over bit that's going on is specific to that genre. Probably. I feel like it is. I feel like, because it stands differently to previous content. Mukbangs, for instance. Is this mukbang? Is this just a day of mukbang?
Breakfast is done.
Probably.
I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee.
In my opinion.
And I'll see you back here for lunch.
Lunch.
All right, guys. Time for lunch. Have a glass of ice and a Diet Coke.
To me, that's a milkshake glass.
I just have a hard time drinking soda of any kind.
I'm not nitpicking having a soda out of milkshake glass, but to me, that is a milkshake glass. Personally.
Ice.
I need to make like a protein milkshake. Is that a thing
Just
I can
barely.
make?
All right, while that's settling down.
Maybe. Or a thick shake
So
with banana.
We
And
have lunch
chia
here.
seeds.
So I checked their lunch items out.
Okay.
And they have wedge fries. And Tim Hortons.
Forgive me if I'm incorrect. I don't know what a wedge fry is. We call what looks to be the same thing wedges. Wedges of potato, cut up, battered, floured, however, chucked in a deep fryer. We refer to them as wedges, popularly served with sour cream, sweet chili sauce, and guacamole. It's a little bit of Australia-ism for you.
Makes amazing wedge fries. I've had them before.
Wedges.
What we have here is an order of the wedge fries.
Wedges.
I'm also going to try their new
Again, this is just a me
crispy
thing, sorry.
chicken sandwich. Okay. And
What is this? This is like a ciabatta bun with like crumbed chicken and what looks like a little bit of lettuce poking out the side. Okay, we'll continue. I'll talk about it.
So I got a donut. But I got Pete's 2 of his favorite donuts. Double chocolate or chocolate glaze, and I got
this
a
is
Boston cream. It's very fresh.
I do not
very
know
fresh.
this as a Boston
Let's
cream.
give you a beauty bite.
This is a custard-filled donut with a chocolate ice. Or chocolate icing.
Crunchy.
Now, for me, I don't enjoy breaded chicken on a bun. That's just me, though.
All right. Yeah, these are where it's at.
Because it's kind of... I think when I first watched this, I skipped through this section. I think I saw it half eaten, and I made a joke thinking it was a chicken nugget sandwich, which essentially is what this is, right? For me, I don't enjoy breaded chicken on bread. We're just talking about me now,
closer look.
as we do.
So the spicy chicken sandwich,
Crispy,
looks
not
like
spicy.
2 chicken strips
Yeah.
with some kind of
Sad lettuce on the bottom.
creamy dressing. I don't know. Creamy mayo, but it's like
Creamy.
orange.
Buttery.
Let's try.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think that would be very good.
It's like a smoky, it's like a barbecue sauce. Barbecue mayo.
Not for me.
It's got a very decent flavor.
A decent flavor.
Nice and fresh. So,
Okay.
I don't...
For me, the best wedge, or wedge fry, is that the word we're using? The best wedge are the little tiny ones. They get all crispity and crunchity because there's like no potato left in them. It's just fried skin. Delicious.
I
Anyway,
have the receipt. I don't know
what are
where to put it,
potato
but
skins? Is that what that is?
This meal, including the bottle of soda and a $5 and something odd cents tip, came out to like $26.05 for everything.
Okay, so here I can kind of understand a little bit of the content itself, like the polish is coming off. This is not meant offensively. This is just me criticizing the content, which is a lot of what I do. Because, and I understand it, because at the start of the day we had, here's the Tim Hortons, got the name right, Tim Hortons menu. Let me show you me choosing all of the stuff. Now we've gotten to the second meal and we've foregone that. We don't have the editing on screen to tell us what has been ordered. We don't have the price. It's just in conversation. So I can't begrudge that. Like I sometimes do that when I create content as well. I think, oh, it's such a good idea to do this, and I'll do it one time and then forget about it through the editing process. That's fine. I'm just noticing it, right? Also, I know it's been discussed that there are the CPAP lines, so there was probably a nap between lunch and breakfast. That discussion has been had. Sure. I have got nothing to say on that. I would love to be able to nap. I can't nap. I nap and sleep 6 hours, so...
They used to have a sandwich, chicken sandwich, with like a straight patty. And not just the chicken strips.
Yeah, this,
Doesn't
again,
really matter.
Nugget sandwich. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, have I done it before? Yes,
Not
actually.
sure what I get for dinner.
At some like pretty bad points in my life, I used to have fish finger sandwiches. So I'd make like 4 fish fingers, lay them out on a piece of white bread. It would be 1, 2, 3, and then 1 adjacent. And then it would be mayonnaise. If I didn't have any mayonnaise, it would be butter. If I didn't have any butter, it would be some kind of sauce to give it something liquid. And then bread on top. And I would literally eat a fish finger sandwich. But that was at a really low point in my life. And this is from an actual like business.
Maybe a chili or something.
Also, I'm catching it in between other thoughts. And I've never really noticed this before because I don't think I've seen a piece of content from Chantel that is in this structure. But there's a lot of conversation about the next meal happening while the current meal is being consumed. I can't relate to this, but it is interesting to see because it like I've spoken a lot about in my journey about the importance of mindfulness and sitting down and taking your time with your food, understanding where it's come from. And I've had conversations with people recently about intuitive eating and how there are similar like similarities in terms of like respecting the food and understanding where it came from and taking your time with it and being mindful. Like mindfulness is a positive thing when it comes to addressing the consumption of food in conversation, right? Not a mental or physical healthcare professional. This is just my opinion. That's it. But I'm catching this now where the discussion is consistently about the next meal. Like even in the breakfast, she was talking about the donut. The donut's here now. Now she's talking about the chili, which will come up later. So it's curious. I think working on mindfulness would be beneficial. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Anyway.
Their wedge fries are where it's at.
Wedges. In Australia, we shorten a lot of terms, so
Use a little bit more sauce,
what that is.
as it seems to just absorb into the bread.
Also, we don't like fries are the straw fries
Plus
from
for giving
McDonald's.
napkins as well.
Thick cut chips are chips.
People ask why I like ice in my
Chips
My
are also
drinks.
the crisps
And I
in the
find that
bag.
so weird
They're
because
chips. It's very confusing.
I find it weird that people don't put ice in their drinks. So it's just like always interesting to see a matter of difference in tastes. For me, I like my drinks to be ice cold. And I do like that they get watered down a bit, especially with juices that are on the sweeter side. The ice dilutes it, and I like that.
In this very video, you were drinking cold cold juice from a bottle, not with ice. So what? That's just me nitpicking, but it's also me being very conscious of the content that I'm watching and just trying to make stories add up.
I even like diluted soda. So
I don't like diluted soda.
it's just so much more refreshing than lukewarm soda.
What
I
about
remember when I
fridge
went
temperature
to Pete's
soda?
at home one time years ago
It's my favorite.
when he was still living at home. They kept the soda, 2-liter bottle of soda, in the pantry.
I mean, if it's cold enough in the house, I guess.
I'd never heard of that before.
The pantry's built like an icebox.
So ice, just always a must for me.
Okay. That's interesting. I think this is the point where I thought it was a chicken nugget sandwich.
I'm going to eat this, and I'll be back for dessert.
Okay. I think it's because I've been watching the live so frequently that this is confusing to me. That cat's on the back of the chair? Oh no, another cat on the counter. Okay.
It's been so long since I've had a Tim Hortons donut.
I haven't had a
And it's so
donut in
fresh.
forever.
Boston cream donut.
Like a year and a half.
So, in the center, creamy custard.
That looks okay. It looks really heavily processed.
Pretty bite.
I mean, it's a donut, like, duh, but... It doesn't... I don't know. Like, there are really small bakeries around in Brisbane that, like, are artisan-made baked goods. And obviously, I don't partake in them at the moment. But, like, they're beautiful, they're handmade, they're great. This honestly looks like it came out of a box of 12 from a freezer. I don't know. I'll say this all allegedly because I don't know Tim Hortons or their business practice. But yeah, it doesn't look particularly good. It doesn't look like it's fresh off the line or anything. It's
just as good as I remember it.
And the
was
dough
always such a
looks
treat.
super sugar based.
Someone would bring in a variety box of donuts for the class. I remember rushing to get the Boston cream.
The class.
Little hole there where they fill it up.
In the chat, I have been going live too often. The comments below, guys, I'd love to hear what your favorite donut is, if you have one. I think for me, looking back on the donuts of my lifetime, I'm quite partial to a jam-filled donut with like a coarse sugar dusting. I think that's probably my go-to donut. Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue. This is a lot though, because the donut's already sweet, and then you've got the custard, which is
Someone will
sweet,
bring a box
and
of
then the
these
icing, which is sweet.
to the office.
So
Again,
many like big flavors that
rush
like
to get these.
a dark chocolate would be good. A dark dark chocolate glaze. Maybe mix some like bitter cocoa into the actual donut itself. So make a chocolate donut with a dark chocolate glaze, and then maybe the filling could be like a vanilla bean. Because there is not a vanilla bean in that vanilla custard, I can tell you. Well, I can't see it close enough, so I'll say that allegedly. I think that'd be a good donut. Like a double dark choc vanilla. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Anyway, continue.
If there's any one donut I dislike, it would have to be the honey cruller.
A what? A honey cruller?
Even more than the plain. I don't like the...
I don't know what a honey cruller is.
Of the honey cruller. It's very... I don't know. It's very thin and airy.
Oh, I spelt it cruel as in mean. Whoops.
I also don't particularly enjoy the flavor. But
Honey
I do know...
cruller made of.
Every time I say that to someone, they say, really? The honey cruller is my favorite. Alright, guys. I had to get pizza.
Oh, it's a choux pastry donut. Okay. Understood.
Chocolate glaze. Because if he knew I was ordering Tim Hortons, which I'll tell him later, he would say, and you didn't think to get me any donuts. So, that was a more filling lunch. The breakfast.
I know we always talk about tone, but for anyone who saw today's live stream, the tone is very different. Anyway.
Only kept me, full for 5 minutes. It wasn't as filling as the lunch, that's for sure. But this should tide me over till dinner. And then we'll have our last Tim Hortons meal of the day. Excuse
Cat
me.
mom problems. I mean,
See you at dinner.
say it every day. Say it every day. There. Also, I don't mean to be so pedantic that it hurts, but like, if you're going here as a content creator, right? As someone who produces content for the interwebs, when you film something, you should be aware of what's in your shot, right? A lot of it's YouTube, it's not that big of a deal. But you should be aware of what's going on in your shot, like, at all times. Not only when you're actually shooting, but when you go through the editing process, you see your frames, right? You see the frames visually, you hear the words that are being said, you hear the background noise, all of that stuff. So you try to fix things that are wrong or that may not show the highest quality. Not that it matters, but in this shot, I have so far seen both lunch and dinner, this handful of flyers on the left-hand side of the door and potentially a newspaper or a magazine. Like, for me, I would just go and pick those up and take them inside. Or if I'm not using them, pick them up and put them in the bin, because you're picking up your lunch and dinner at the front door. This is me being pedantic. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
All right, guys, welcome to dinner and the final meal from Tim Hortons. All right, let's see what we have.
OJ,
it's for me to
water.
turn back from the side, by the way, because I'm like at level that way. So I got a croissant. It is warmed up and crusty. They have really good croissants here.
Okay, so croissant, French, cool. As an Australian who doesn't speak English, whoa. French, I do speak English pretty badly, but I don't speak French. We would call it a croissant. Just in case anyone wants to come and visit.
Oh yeah.
Wants to ask for a croissant at a bakery.
So
they may not understand
the
croissant.
I'm actually going to save for breakfast because I'm going to be on the go early enough.
In the timeline, this was filmed before helping out with Grandma. Yes. So I'm like 3 or 4 days behind here. That's fine.
There's croissant flakes. So I got their small chili. It's pretty big for a small.
It looks reasonable.
Some cheddar cheese in there.
Cheese in chili?
And
is that a thing?
The only thing that had vegetables on it was their sandwich. Their sandwiches. So I got a
Why do this challenge
ham
in general?
cheddar.
Is the question.
Has lots of tomatoes, lots of lettuce on it.
I had more fun with my challenge. Buying vegetables and groceries and
fruit.
making my own food.
So let me do that.
I made my own food all
really
day
good.
today.
Has lots of tomato, lettuce, ham, and cheddar, and they put Tim sauce, which is like a peppercorn
Came to
ranch.
just over 1,200 calories.
Very messy though.
Left myself space just in case I want a hot
So,
chocolate or something.
all right, let's dig into the chili. Now for beverages, they have a lot of sweet beverage options, but I was just feeling water. They have good water. I know it's water, but for me, I can taste the difference. Like, I don't like Dasani or Aquafina. I can taste.
I've never tried either.
Metallic. And I like their orange juice from earlier, so I'm going to keep that and the croissant for tomorrow. I was thinking ahead. All right, so.
I don't mind if it's a French
Let's
pronunciation. That's
see
fine.
this.
It's just funny to me.
Oh my goodness. This chili.
Because
There's a lot of cheese.
I, as an Australian,
They
very
usually have
lazy
pretty
with
good
my
chili.
language. Croissant.
Now they offer it with a bun, but seeing as I'm having a sandwich, which is kind of a weird combo, I know. Beauty bite.
I don't know if it is. I mean, depending on the amount of beans in the chili,
It's still really good.
it's fine. I won't go on a tirade about carbohydrates in this because it's late.
Very meaty.
It's late. No one needs that.
I don't see any mushrooms.
Again, mushrooms and chili, people seem to think that that's not a thing.
I have to say,
But Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, you need to get some salad options.
Okay. Well, just like,
Next time I do this challenge,
why?
I want to pick a place that has like some kind of salad options. At least for
grocery
one
store.
meal, because I am missing vegetables, fruits and vegetables.
I had heaps of vegetables.
I didn't think I'd be
today.
too bothered by it, but
I mean,
I kind of am. All right, let's dig into the sandwich.
Okay, if editing Zach has a moment to look back on the last few mukbangs, like have fruits and vegetables been like a make or break for those? I don't know. There was that pasta, the pesto pasta. I'm not saying like that's a bad meal. I'm just saying the narrative now is if I'm going to do food challenges, there needs to be fruits and vegetables involved. And it's like, well, wait, wasn't there Taco Bell? And that probably had just as many fruits and vegetables here. Also, there was that food truck mukbang that had, potato as the only vegetable. The rest was just not. Is that right? I may be misremembering, but feel free to let me know. Anyway.
This is going to be so messy.
It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to line up the story.
And offer you one.
That's some sauce. This does not look like good food. Sorry, Tim Hortons. My food looked nicer, and I don't cook. Well, I mean, I cook, but not well.
Are still really good.
I made some snacks. Didn't really have a dinner. Had a small, supper of, multiple things. That helped me out. Had a big lunch. Didn't have dinner because IF.
Yeah, their spring water is just really good.
Okay. If I took this
as Dasani and Aquafina, I don't think they're spring waters.
Okay.
It makes a difference.
If I took this at 2.3
calories, a piece of mushroom.
If I took this at just over 2,000 calories, does it make it worth it? Not for me. I'd rather spend 2,000 calories on
really
good food. Again, no offense, Tim Hortons. This just does not seem like good food. Why would you waste a day of this?
Cheese. When cheese melts, it can be dangerous.
I could do so much with 2,000 calories.
You know what I mean?
Cheese and chili? Yeah. Okay. Again, don't need a lot of chili.
All of this after tip came to 26 something.
Okay. But again, we don't see the menu and we don't see the breakdown. So, again, I'm not begrudging anyone. It is
a bit more expensive.
I know what happens.
To order Uber Eats or home delivery services. But I do have a membership for $10.
I still don't understand that premise. I'm getting very close to the camera. My apologies, guys.
And it waives delivery fees and credits part of other fees. So.
Okay. Again, I've used Uber Eats one time.
Good news. I mean, it's worth it if you order
Baskin
as much
Robbins.
as I do from there.
It's a celebration. Mint chocolate chip, best ice cream, followed by cookie dough, second best ice cream.
That's so good.
Had a thick shake that was 2 days worth of calories for me. Delicious, but oh boy.
They put a lot of tomatoes.
Okay. Fruits and vegetables, tomato and lettuce. Tomato, tomato, Zach. Tomato. What is this video?
Salad options for the future.
Yeah. Again, I couldn't see menus specific to Canada.
The food overall was good quality.
I saw some other places' menus. They had different food items, but
they did have enough options that I was able to make a whole day's worth of meals from it. Of course.
This is a silly challenge because you could literally eat bagels and coffees all day, in my opinion, right? You could have an everything bagel with bacon, cheese, egg, what have you. You could have that 3 times in a day. This isn't a challenge. And it's not even really make interesting menu choices for 3 days. It's for 3 days, for 3 meals across a day. It's just eating Tim Hortons menu for 24 hours. I don't see the challenge. And funnily enough, challenge isn't even in the title. So I wonder if that's a conscious decision or a YouTube thing.
Not long-term sustainable, which restaurant food is not meant to be your primary diet, right? But because the lack of the the fruits and vegetables, but that's okay. Anyways, I guess that's it for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish up this meal, and I'll be right back.
speaking from an audience member and as a content creator, I feel like this could have been skipped. Again, not the audience for mukbangs, food-focused stuff. I just don't know what this is. What does this give me? Is it just proving that the food's been eaten? Do I need that as an audience member? I don't know. That chili does not look good. It's just the viscosity of it doesn't seem right.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
I've finished.
Yeah.
So that was very good. So this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this kind of food challenge.
I don't think I did.
Again, thank you for watching.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Okay, well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I mean, I clipped through some of the video earlier when I thought about how I was going to approach this. And I'm kind of glad that I did it this way. I was thinking originally about, like, maybe filming a walk with me to burn off, like, 2,000 calories at the same time. But ultimately, that would have been a very long video and maybe maybe not the ticket for this one. Instead, we went with the insert my own challenge, which I had a lot of fun with. I mean, it is pretty much my day-to-day. There were a couple of, like, surprises in there for me in regards to food, which was fine. But as someone who's been eating this, like, focusing on whole foods, eating 12 to 1,500 calories a day for almost a full year now, with some, like, hiccups and changes in the middle, it felt like another day to me. And it's just, I understand the way that I eat could be challenging to other individuals, and not saying don't do it without guidance, and I'm certainly not a healthcare professional, so I am me, I am not you. But I don't know, this content about challenges, it just something doesn't sit right. You know? It doesn't sit right. I'll try to think of that a little bit more and hopefully expand on it a little bit later. But anyway, if you got to this point in the video, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. I'll be jumping down into the discussion below, so feel free to say hi. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream, depending. Bye!